this scramble, I did orange and white first block. What I saw was two already created pairs, this one and this one. And the edge is very easy to insert to here. And I can slice this to create a 2x2x1, just look, and the other pair will just be preserved like this. Sets it into the center, UW, 2x2x1, and then F prime, first block. And then DR is already in, and it's simply R prime, so I did that. And then first pair, I chose to do blue and red for some reason. I don't really know why, just the first thing I saw. So then I do this, like that. And then this one, what I do is RW prime, and then R prime, and then just like this. And then that's the second block down as well. And then CMLO, I notice these two are matching, so this CMLO. And then what you do is, what I notice is arrow. One of the UR pieces is oriented and the other isn't. So what I do is MUM, and then that solves orange into the red corners, so just swatch. And then all I need to do is slice the opposite piece in, like this. And then that solves UR, and then just 4C.
So in this first scramble, I saw these two green pairs. And I decided to just preserve this one because I couldn't find a good way to preserve this one as well. So I saw this is on opposite, and once I put this down, this will be on its opposite. Then I can put them to the right place. Then to preserve this, instead of going like... Actually, I should have done that. Anyways, instead of going like this, which would have been smarter in this case, I decided to just put this piece down and then insert the cross edge like that. Then, while putting this in, I saw that this pair would be made like that. So I rotated over here. Then I saw this edge and this corner. So I knew that after I inserted this, I can pair it up like that. Then I rotated over here, inserted it, and I saw this edge. Then here, instead of going like that, which is a normal insert, I decided, I saw that I would have these two edges oriented once I did this. So I decided to make the pair like this, then rotate and do edge orientation. Then I knew that after this COLL, I'd have a U-perm going this way.
So this scramble I did orange and yellow first block. So it's a very easy 2x2x1, simply RW F prime, 2x2x1, and then the other pair, edges here, corners here, simply U2, B2 to pair. And then I insert it. And then what I did here was I DR pieces here. So I did U prime, RW prime, U prime, and then R2. And I noticed both edges are oriented, so it's simply 2gen. So I did this pair first, simply CFOP insert, and I got this pair. You can do it 2gen, but it's not very nice in my opinion. You can just do it like this. And then, yeah, first and second block done, and then CMLO, it's simply anti-soon. And I noticed 3 misoriented, these and this one, and UL is solved here, and this is good arrow. I can place UR opposite to each other like this, and then align opposites, M2, U, M2, U2.
So in this one, I saw these two were in the right place relative to each other. This was on its opposite, so I could put this down and orient this piece at the same time. And then I also saw these two pieces, and I saw that this would be oriented and right here, and this would just move over here. So first, I moved these to their opposites, then started putting this down and put this piece on top of it. And then I can put that down in one move. And then, since I had saw this in inspection, I decided to do that. Then I saw this pair. I split it up. What I should have done was rotated over here to have these open slots in the front, but instead I rotated over here. And so because of that, I didn't know that the edge piece going to this was in this back slot here. So I had to rotate again, and then I saw it. And then I had to rotate again to do this. And then it took me a really long time to recognize the SOLVES. Then I added T-perm.
So the scramble, I did orange and yellow first block, and this is a kind of interesting first block. What I did was I created two lines. So first thing I did was I created the middle line. One piece is already in and the other piece is simply U prime F prime. And I noticed these two and the pair, there's another pair here. I noticed it's not correct relative to each other. So if I do this, you see this edge is not correct. It needs to be an L2 away. So what I do is this corner, I can do D prime, and then I can do the L2 here and create the other line. So L2 D prime, that creates this. And then that's first block done, and that's second block DR. So RW2 U, and then I just did this to bring both edges onto the top, and I did this pair, and then I did this pair like that, and then CMLL, and then I did, well, two misoriented on top, so I did EOLR, so that places them opposite each other, and then just easy 4C case.
This solve, the first thing I saw was these two blue pairs, and I decided not to worry about this pair too much. Actually, no, never mind. I did decide to preserve this pair as well. So what I did was I saw this here, so I decided to put that up to orient to this, and then put that in. Then do a D move so that I can put this in. Then an F move to orient this, and put this back, and then put this down. And I also was tracking this, and I saw that this was split up, so I inserted it. Then I knew this was back here, and I saw this pair in the bottom, and so I was tracking this, and I should have been tracking this, because then I could have put this in and then solved this, but instead I opened up both of these slots and put this in the back, and then I saw this edge, so it worked out okay. And then I also got a very good last layer because I saw that the corners were solved, and so I'd have a U-perm.
First block was fairly interesting, but then everything else kind of fell apart. So what I did was, I did orange and white first block. What I noticed, I can insert this corner into here to create a pair, and then simply D prime insert, so like that. And instead of just bringing it down, I noticed that if I did something like B prime, sorry, I can create the other pair as well on the way down, like that. 2x2x1, simply F prime insert. And then I noticed DR is here, so I tried to orient DR. And then what I did was I did this pair, so instead of just R2, I just did R, U prime, R, and then like this, insert, and then this one. So I try to rotate this corner like this, R, U to R prime, and then this is good setup, and then like that. And then this is simply soon CMLL. And then EOLR, what I do is I keep these diagonal to each other, so UL, UR, and then these two are misoriented, so U2 to keep them diagonal, and then do the EO, and then this is good arrow, I can set them opposite each other, like that, and then they're both on the bottom opposite each other, and then set up for opposite relative to corners, so M2, and then 4C.
This solve was horrendous. I didn't see very much, but I saw this was on its opposite, and then this was on the correct side. I decided to solve the cross on opposite colors for some reason. So I put this down, then this down onto its opposite, then put this up, and knew it would orient this, so I put this back down. Then I rotated because I saw this. Then again, I should have rotated and solved this like this, that these empty slots would be in the front, but instead I rotated to this side and solved it like that, then had to rotate back. Then, for some reason, I hadn't tracked this and seen it was here, so I did a U prime, and then I saw this. So I took it out, paired it up like that, and did this Roux style insertion into the back slot. And then I knew this corner was up here, so I solved it like that, and then I got a corner twist. Then I did the OLL, corner twisted back, and did the G perm.
Did orange and white first block. It's quite inefficient, but it's actually very easy to finger trick. So I noticed DL is connected to the center, so it's solved. And then FL is simply an F to solve, and the corner is here. I can place this in to create a pair, and then insert, simply doing U prime, R prime, F, and then that creates a 2x2 over 1, and then the other pair. This is the inefficient part, but also the easy to finger trick part. What I did is just like CFOP, I just split it up, pair it, and then insert. And instead of doing RW B prime, which leaves DR in a bad place, I did L U prime L prime. That puts DR here. So then I put it into the M slice, orient it, and then U R2, solve it. And then the first pair I notice is this one. It's simply 3-move insert. So R prime U prime R. And then this one is CFOP insert as well, since the edge is oriented. So split them up, and then 3-move insert. And then CMLL, I did something kind of interesting here and weird. I don't really know why I did it. I kind of did a CMLL into LSE EO cancellations sort of thing. So I did like this, and then UM, and then that kind of cancels into EO somehow, I guess. And then I noticed this piece, a UL-UR piece, is solved opposite relative to it, so I need to slice the other piece into here, simply like this. And then that's UL-UR solved, and it's simply U M prime, U2 M prime.
This solve, I decided to do red. I wanted to build like a double X cross, but I couldn't see anything good, so I just decided to preserve this pair by doing an L move first, so it's back here. Then I put this piece on top, oriented this edge and put it in, then put this, and then instead of doing that, which would split up this pair, I first did another L move, then did that, then inserted this pair. Then I should have seen this and just done it rotationless, but for some reason I rotated and then did that. Then I didn't see anything, so I just did a U prime. Well, I saw these two, but I didn't see the corner for this or the edge for this, so I did a U prime. Then I saw that this was empty, so they had to be back here. So I took it out, then paired up these, and then I was tracking these. And here I saw that I'd have these two oriented, so I decided to do EO like that. Then I did this OLL, and I got a skip.